Magandang araw sa aking mga taga-subaybay. Mega love shoutout po sa inyong lahat. This is an open letter by Jose Alejandrino to President Bongbong Marcos. Napakaganda ng laman ng sulat. I hope to get a thumbs up from you all guys. God bless us all. Paging Bongbong Marcos. When you were still in Cambodia, I gave your ate Aimee my analysis and advice regarding the Remula Bantag affair, which I see as the biggest crisis facing you at the moment. I told Aimee it would be best if you came home immediately to settle this crisis, which if not handled properly can have wide ramifications on your presidency. There are many things which I suspect you are unaware of due to your style of management in delegating authority. There is nothing wrong with delegating provided those whom you delegate to are competent. Sad to say, this is not the case here. Let things play out. But if your SOG Boying Remula falls flat on this case, which you had announced proudly on board the plane to Cambodia that the Lapid case was solved by your administration within a record time of 17 days, the video of which was diffused nationwide, retaining Remula will be an albatross around your neck. Your credibility will be affected because you had appointed Remula. My best advice is you dismiss him for incompetence. Appoint less politicians and more professionals in your cabinet. More politicians and more politics complicate governance. You promised during your presidential campaign to appoint the best and the brightest. Appoint those who merit being appointed based on their professional achievements and not because you owe politicians your election. It was the BBM and DDS whom you owe your election to, and they deserve to be served by the best and not by mediocres or incompetents. We never met, but I have a high regard for your ate Aimee whom I met. She has good sense and is smart. I have been involved with 5 presidents and have never been afraid to tell them what I thought. I don't believe in flattering presidents or afraid to criticize them when I did not agree with them. As French President Charles de Gaulle replied to US President John F. Kennedy when the latter made a state visit to Paris to complain about France criticizing the American intervention in Vietnam. Ah, mon ami, you are young and still have much to learn. Know this. It is your enemies who flatter you and your true friends who criticize you. Kennedy followed de Gaulle's advice by limiting American intervention to Green Beret Special Forces to train and advise the South Vietnamese Army. When Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas and Lyndon Johnson succeeded him, Lyndon ignored de Gaulle's advice. He poured 500,000 US troops to Vietnam. In the end, the US lost the war, evacuated hurriedly from Saigon, and Johnson decided not to pursue his bid for the US presidency. My advice regarding this crisis facing you is replace SOJ Remula because he is now a liability. Read the numerous comments on social media which I monitor. Remula lost his credibility and is no longer effective. He has destabilized your government by dividing the BBM and DDS. They even started to blame you for the mess. Your former spokeswoman Trixie Angeles is doing her best to appease them. She is smart, knows the law, and knows how to explain. In my opinion, she would make a good replacement for Boying Remula. If General Gerald Bantag is acquitted of the charges against him, he deserves to be returned to Bucor for being unjustly treated. That should appease the Igorots in the Cordillera region who are unhappy about the way Bantag was treated and are ready to revolt. As for PNP Chief Rodolfo Azurin, his public statements regarding the way criminals should be treated are so brilliant they boggle the mind. Azurin should be promoted from his 4-star to a 10-star general and retired. And Boying Remula, send him back to law school for a refresher course in criminal law and give him a harmless board seat after that in one of the GOCCs. I had applauded his appointment at the outset as SOJ only to discover he is a catastrophe. But after a refresher course, I believe he can still be useful in some harmless position. if not a GOCC, maybe ambassador to Mongolia. Sana ito po ay makarating sa ating mahal na Presidente Bongbong Marcos. Kung ikaw ay bago pa lamang po sa aking channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell para updated po kayo sa susunod ko pang mga videos. Maraming salamat po.